Masandawana, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us your comments. And also stay tuned for all the exclusive content that we have for you. And also stand in line to win some prizes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another exceptional episode of the Pitchside
Podcast.
Vila,
Names?
Ogran.
Mnandi toko wena.
Ayakubona mfana udlala drugs uphelele, udlala ikiti uphelele. Uphelele mfethu.
Enhle yazini. Bengifila ngathi ngingangena ngara ngiyenza activation yazi.
Yeah.
Mangikanje. Ngifila ngathi ngingangena ngara. Nyengara. Mara yazini siye. Siye.
Ufuna ukuactivate.
Yazini ma activate board angithi.
Yeah.
So azibozocala ngesession.
Yeah.
My muscles are very much stimulated,
Yeah.
so you're much ready.
Okay.
Yabo ukuthi unga prevent ama injury ukuthi yabona ama Achilles nana abe fresh ube warm.
Manje Vila, my question is this. Ufuna ukuactivate manje. But
Buza.
Kanti udlala uphuma straight lapha uye fieldini bongayi ku activation.
Yabona ke umehluko lapho ke.
Yeah.
Bese kudala ngifike ngo6.
Oh,
Ngifike ngo6.
ubalekani endlini kangaka?
Ngiyospan. Angibaleki endlini, ngiyospan because of I needed to do the job. Mamela ngiyospan. Efethu mamela mawudlalela iSundowns.
Yeah.
Ngidlalela iSundowns.
Yeah.
You have to put in the hours.
Yeah.
You have to put in the hours because Jaspan Jaspan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. A great game against TS Galaxy, 72% ball possession. Yeah. It speaks to the fundamentals of the Mamelodi Sundowns way, which is to play with the ball.
Yeah. I think 72%, of course, yes, ideally, yes, we'd want that because of we have better personnel, of course, inside the field of play, guys that understand of taking care of the ball. So you have to take care of the ball to give yourself a chance to score in a football game. And I think the guys did all. They passed the ball very well. They generated the ball. They ran the ball in great areas. They were very much patient, which I think it was very important because of you're playing a team that is very dangerous, especially the likes of Tisejani on a break, the likes of Mahlambi. And those players, both of them, they are very, very much dangerous, and they needed a lot of attention. And they had moments whereby they came through when we didn't take care of the ball.
Yeah.
And that, of course, it said now the defenders must do the duties at the back, which I think equally so Mudau was very, very exceptional. True. I mean, Mudau has been exceptional, man. He's been world class, man. I must say he's been world class in terms of when we don't have the ball, his recovery runs, him having to make those incredible tackles, and also if then they pass by Mudau, then we have the incredible Ronan Williams, also who's been a stellar for us. He's been incredible. He's been giving out great performances, and that's their duties at the same time.
100%.
That's their duties at the same time.
You mentioned something very important, especially at the back, to say once you've bypassed our defense, you still need to deal with another rock. There were chances that they did get, obviously, and Ronwin came out tops on all occasions.
Yeah, but also that speaks to it means now our gaps were not coordinated perfectly.
Yeah.
If then it means the guys are able to run like 40 meters from their own half to get into our own box and create some form of a threat, it means we are not coordinating our next line of press, which our counter press was not so good in certain moments. It was not coordinated, something to work on. But I think within that set, sometimes those are the moments you suffer. Because remember, if then you don't give yourself, you don't try things inside their own box, create those moments in terms of saying, hit the post, get a corner, make a goalkeeper, make a save. We have to give that. You have to, the position that we have to give that. And I think at one moment we were able to break that. And also I didn't understand why that goal was not given equally like a Peter. I think it was supposed to be given because it was advantage to us. It was advantage to us, and for me, him not having to not score that ball and it was taken away, I think it was very, very questionable. But at the same time, I think the boys kept on again. They kept on asking problems, kept on creating chances, whereby I felt at times you should be arrogant, and I feel like when you play in a game of that, arrogant, take off the ball, which I've said, but at the same time create moments and create opportunities within the box. And I feel like guys now are not going home with the satisfaction of saying I played a good game of football. As much as yes, we are grinding results right now, but I feel from my point of view, from my personal experience, having to leave here with a smile and say I played a game that was very much beautiful, the game that made the fans speak about. And that's why I'm saying like the guys are not working with that. I don't know. That's my personal experience.
100%.
I feel like we are not getting to that appetizer or that fulfillment of saying, you know what, our patterns were corner, pass the ball, move it, 1-2 touch. I think we're not getting that fulfillment right now.
Villa, how difficult is it then in those times as a player to dig deeper, because you know there's all sorts of pressure that happens in football, and you just spoke about one of them is leaving the stadium. We earned our, you know what I mean. How difficult is it then to step up mentally, especially?
I think that's why the word arrogance comes in, because of you have to be arrogant, man. As much as yes, you have people saying no, it's not going, but you have to own it yourself. You have to be the president of that thing. You have to be the owner of that thing and say, this is how I want to within the group. Because remember, there's group objectives, which is of course the coach will come in and put in the group objectives, which is of course this is how we want to play, we want to try certain things, and those things will come out. Sometimes they don't come out, but then what if they don't come out? Now it brings down the personnel that we have, which I genuinely believe these guys can play good football, and good football that can fulfill you. I'm saying me myself, and I've indicated me having to say and be proud. But I want to watch that game, because each and every time when I left here, I wanted to say I want to watch that game to see what those moments looked like, and having then to have other people now to give you a pat on the back and say, I am Fanny. But already you know, I've played very well. So that pat on the back is just to say, okay, I'm on the right track.
I think it's an interesting point that you put through, because I guess even Maso Ham, and you're running into people, even if they support the opposition, they come and say, my brother, I was
for sure. And that also leaves a beautiful walk. Now it gives you a sense of confidence. But more than anything, that yes, it's an applaud, but it shouldn't get into your head.
100%.
It shouldn't get into your head. But you know for sure as a professional, but when you know good value names, you are that good. It's not even getting into your head. You just know that people are just appreciating what you have done. But continue. Continue from it.
Villa, the first half finishes, we don't score goals, but we've been creating chances. We've had shots on goal. As a player on the field, then, does that frustration start to get to you? Because as a fan, my worry is the longer the game goes on without us scoring, we run the risk of players getting tired and conceding. You know, and you know how it goes then, especially teams that play a low block against us. The moment they score, they go into a deeper low block than what we already
which the approach was going to be for TS Galaxy
100%.
From the beginning. And equally, as I've said, you've noted two players, which is Tijani and Umahlambi, who are very much on song right now. But at the same time, they have a stubborn defense. Awondamane at the back, who is, given the fact that he's very much motivated, he's in the Bafana setup, he still wants to prove a point himself now. The AFCON is coming, so he still wants to graduate with proper performances to show. So there's a very stubborn defense. It's very difficult, but within the field of play, within the players, also at the same time, that patience has to be there, and you're playing at home. But as I say, man, with patience comes with incredible players that we have. These are incredible players that are able to handle that fever or that pressure from we need to get a goal. Because I remember, yes, the fans are very much they have expectations. And as soon as it goes long, I understand equally the team starting to create motivation, which is TS Galaxy. And they can easily score a goal, which I've said, like Ronan made great saves.
100%.
Mudau made individual brilliant tackles to save the team, to bring it up. Then it was upon now the attackers to say, now we need to do something, which I felt like we still have enough ammunition, which was sitting in the bench, whereby guys are waiting also to raise 100%. Their hand. And that's why also you have the bench to come in, which if then the starters are not putting what you have, and they're doing their job also, because when the guys come in, they're going to add another extra volume, which is what we saw when the addition of Sales and then of course with Reiners came in. It was their duties. It was 100%. Their duties.
We'll go to the next one then, which is when I think Grant Kekana gets the ball, plays it into the space. Ikram runs at it, cuts it back, and Sales puts it away. The substitutes combining then to get us the goal that wins us the game. The importance of the bench once again then comes through, because I think as well the view from the outside is not the same as the pressure when you're on the field.
100%. I've always said it with my experience. I said the view that I have inside is always different from what you have, and which angle you're sitting in. You might be sitting from the center. You might be even sitting from behind the goalpost. You're always going to have a different view. And then I also have my view from inside, which sometimes you say, Villa should have done that. But you don't know what angle was I taking for you to say he could have done that. But nevertheless, I think for me, I'd never knew Guti Ukekana had a pass. I never knew. No, I know Ifagile from a 6, because those are the areas where you find a number 6, very capable of putting someone through. But well, perfectly planned and well executed by him to put Reyners. Number 2 is that Reyners, of course, loves that space behind, and that's what he enjoys, running to the ball. And then after running to the ball, his awareness, I think more than anything, his awareness to see who's available. And of course, I mean, the luxury of having Sales there, I mean, very gifted, technically very gifted. I know for sure, just gliding it. No, I think he just glided it, or sometimes not about smashing it, sometimes just applying, just pass it and then be smart, because of he's very smart. 100%. And I think also he's been that guy that will come in and add a bit of a different dimension whereby he was questioned. But I think he's proving himself, man. He's proving himself, and most importantly with goals. I was having a conversation on the socials with someone, and he was speaking about the frustration of decision making. And I keep saying to us sitting on the outside, it's easy for me to say, but if you point when you're on the ball running towards goal, what's going through your mind? And sometimes you'll hear coaches say players must be selfish. Why didn't you shoot? And then the days when you don't shoot, they say, you shoot to block here, but you know what I mean? How do you get over those hurdles then? How do you, in fact, take us through then the decision-making process? Because if for example, it's a 3v2, you are on the ball, you have 2 on the outside, and you have these 2 standing here, and the keeper smack that in the middle. When do you decide to shoot? When do you decide to try through ball? It depends. We say, like in a scenario 3v2, I'm the carrier, right? And then I've got 2 guys now giving me support. I should approach the middle. One of them, of the defenders, will commit. Will commit, and definitely now I must give in a pass. And then now what comes in now, either the weight of the pass. The weight of sometimes it could be too long, can be too short. But in those scenarios, I've always made sure that I make the right decision, which is giving the guy the right pass. And also I give the guy to score. I'm not giving him to take another touch, because if then he takes another touch, he's going to recover. He's going to recover. So those are the thoughts and the keeper as well. And remember, it's a 3v2. Where are we? Are we closer to the goal, or maybe halfway? Those are another things. So as you are far from the keeper, then I can put in the pass a bit, but not too long, because I know he needs to take a 2 touch to control and score. But if then we are closer to the goal, I need to put it very soft. Not too soft for him to cut, but too soft to say, smash it across. But in a day like that, I like to have someone who's sort of inverted. And let's say I think on the right side, our right hand side, he should be someone who plays to the left. So when I push it, when I put him in through, opens up with his left. Kills it. On the other side, you have a right footer, then puts it there, kills it. You have so many options.
I love how you explain it. He just kills it. Like Ngati in the Lula. Just kill it.
That's why. Because of the leaves. I'm setting you up for just 1 touch finish.
All right. You come to a game, you get into this 3v2, and maybe the pass is too heavy.
Then I have to be that good sometimes to fix it. I promise you. There are times where I have received the pass where I thought it should be a perfect pass. But the guy just gave me that pass. What are you going to do? I'm going to complain about the pass because it was heavy. No, we look at the last pass. Yes, you knowing football could have said that pass was heavy. But at the end of the day, I have to fix it because of that's how good I am. I have to fix it.
It's a lot of pressure and a lot of dynamics to deal with.
You're gifted, bro. You know this thing. But I like the point what you're saying. Sometimes you're saying, Guti, the outside sees it and say, he could have done that. Easier. Much, much easier. But it takes a certain level of mentality, number one. It takes a certain level of a gift to understand all these scenarios also saying, Guti, I can become the player. Because of me, because I understand at the same time, Lomundlo is defending for his life. I know for sure my defenders in that area they're defending for their lives. They are defending for that. And those are
It's interesting you should say that because and we saw it yesterday, the number of times that people dive into tackles and that sort of thing. But you have defenders like, for example, we spoke about Kuliso, whose timing I think is second to none.
No, man.
He'll let you have that ball. I heard a player plays for one of the other teams say, yes, Kuliso he lets you have the ball, heavy ball, then he takes it for you just when you think that you know what I mean.
He's been outstanding, man. In terms of even attack, in terms of attack, and I think
even yesterday.
I mean, with that cutback also, because I've seen situations whereby sometimes those would let him down, and I think from yesterday that has improved, and even to find the person, because he will get into those areas and then he can't find the person, and that means the decision making. And that's why sometimes I'll be like, Kanjan, when he defends so well, Kanjan, when he has so many things, he's able to invert, his recovery runs are so incredible. But one thing that lets him down, must be last third, it's his final Kanjan. Why? But yesterday it shows what he has that. It's a matter of just now continuing just to make him complete.
I think those are the frustrations which fans don't understand, because if you'll be watching, you've seen Villa do this thing 10 times. And now that we need him, it's the cup final. He fails to do it. Then we get really frustrated. We had Iki come back, who was out a bit, and he gets the assist. But also does get 2 other opportunities, which unfortunately he wasn't able to bury. Is that the rustiness from being out for these past couple of weeks?
Happen.
And then mentally then, you know, because I can imagine that you as well as an individual, because you want the best. You want to prove that you are quality. And
100%. And let me pick up from where you left off, which is the first one gives an assist. Is going to the right areas, right? Misses the opportunities. For me, the beauty about it that he's getting to the areas,
100%.
Unlike not getting to the areas. So now there's a level of where can I improve. Now I'm getting to the areas, so I don't need to get to the area. Now I know how I get to those areas.
But we're expecting you to get into the areas.
Expecting.
Like, for example...
But the rhythm moves away, Nevs. The rhythm moves away because we've been out for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Right? It's an injury whereby you have to consider. And of course, now it means now you're trailing in the footsteps. They are no longer there in rhythm. Because if you've been going on for so long, you're getting to those areas, you're scoring those goals. It's a full thing.
I hear you. I heard a football administrator say, you guys want me to clap for a duck that's swimming.
Starting again.
And at that stage, he was talking about a goalkeeper that everyone was saying, no goalkeeper lo uyavimba. He's like, nina ngicanga ukuthi ngiqashele.
Funny enough, yazini bembuele game Real Madrid versus Liverpool. Thibaut Courtois. Having to be outstanding, but he enjoyed it.
I don't. But that's why he plays for Real Madrid.
It's his job. At the end of the day, like you don't have to. But for me, what I saw for me, it was a smile. So going back to Ronwen also, he was happy to be doing those saves because he means he's in the game. He wants to be doing those. Mudau. People speak about someone having to enjoy defending. He's enjoying defending. Equally also, he's enjoying attacking part. On that game against TS Galaxy, he showed, in fact, I am good at this thing at defending. He was excited about it. He showed, I don't want to concede. And for me, that was the beauty about it. And that, trust me, it gave the attackers now some fuel to say, guys, we cannot let these guys down. We need to put these chances away. And I think going back to Reyners, it's an opportunity now to say, okay, now I'm getting to those areas. It's time for me now to put back the goals inside. Because if he's getting to those areas, it's just a matter of put the ball back in the back of the net.
I hear you, Villa. Uthatha mina ngifake epalini. Ngenza save yomhlaba. Mele ningijabulele.
For yini? Ngokuqala sikubhadala big money ndoda. Sikubhadala big money for you ukuthi ufike la sikubhadala big money. It's your job mfethu. It's your job. That motivation. That motivation.
Ufuna lalela. Ngiye lapha ngishaya isave. Ngibuye nathi. Yangithola? Lisilo Mark Anderson. Beka lapha. Lalela. Bese sithatha uRonwen simfake lapha epalini. I'll save ibhola. Kumele I'll save. Right? Siyavumelana lapho.
Sure.
All right. Villa ngifake i-through ball uyalineta. Goal. Ufakele mina i-through ball ngilimesi. Anikwazi ukungirasela.
What do you mean?
Angena umdlali webhola.
What do you mean?
Mara mangathi ngiyamixa ngidlala amahashi. Kumele ningigwadele.
Sponsor ngithi.
Aha.
Sponsor. So you're going back to Reyners.
No, I'm not. Okay. I'm saying you are saying that we should be happy that he is getting into those spaces.
No, I'm not saying we should be happy. I'm saying he should be happy. At the end of the day, we want the full product.
100%.
We don't care what you get to those areas or not.
Yes.
But I understand from where I was at. Now I'm good to know what. For me to get into it took so much. I needed to get into those areas to get myself a goal.
Understood.
You get what I'm saying?
Now
I'm not saying good, yes, it's understandable. No, I'm saying from where he is, he's 100%. Getting to areas where he was not there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying good, we must make an exception. Good, no, he scored an assist. No, it's not enough. An assist, you need to also to pick it up with goals 100%. At the end of the day.
Villa, we go into an international break. Does this make us lose our momentum as a team?
Not even. Shouldn't.
Yeah.
Shouldn't. I think the hunger also needs to be there.
Yeah.
In different ways. In terms of, yes, you look at so many ways.
Yeah.
Players coming back in. It gives them the luxury also to recover.
Yeah.
Players that haven't been getting game time also just to put themselves back in the good conditioning and saying, I want to come back and be back in the squad. So it has so many ways. It has so many innings of bonus good. Like it doesn't. You can look at it in so many ways.
All right. Masandawana, shout out to you, Villa. Always putting us to spec us stars in your experience. That's one of a uniform. Yeah, Ungwenya uzongishaya blindfold.
Ungwenya
shaya ngepenalty. One step. Futhi angithatha in a step futhi.
Ngamateki.
Ngishaya ngesithende, usathi ngamateki ngesithende.
Okay, what's the price?
I'm giving you a Huawei Nova 14.
If I save it.
Lalela.
All
the
right.
question is this.
Okay.
In 2019, Mamelodi Sundowns won 11-1 against Seychelles side Cote d'Ivoire in the CAF Champions League. Who scored the only hat-trick of that match? Please leave your comments below with your email address if you know the answer and stand a chance to win a Huawei Nova 14. These comments are powered by Huawei. This is the Pitchside Podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we look forward
Thank you.
to hearing from you. We are Masandawana.